Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Boy, I got several things on my mind today, and I have witnessed one of them, you know. So I really don't know where to start or to begin because, well, let me just get one is dealing with relationships. And the other one is dealing with justice. So let me just get the relationship on out of the way because I might be a little bit longer on justice. So as far as relationships, it 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 has changed since I have, been out of the dating world for so long. I was married for like 30 years, close to 30 years, and I was out of the dating game. But I can remember when I was in the dating game. Now, if I had a man and a boyfriend, I don't know what they call them these days, but if I liked someone and someone liked me, then, we would date. We would talk, get to know each other, and then, hook up with each other if we agree on it. So that was back then when I was dating, But I'm going to speed it up to the present right now. So people today, when they date, they really not dating. They actually don't know the person, don't know what kind of food they like. They don't know their favorite colors or their movies that they like to watch. They don't even know, some of them don't even know their last name. Can you believe it? They don't know their birthday. They don't know if they work or not. They really don't know anything about this person. And it's sad. It is so sad. So I had met this young lady. I had spoke about her a while back, how she had dated this guy and got pregnant by him. Now she said she dated him, but from her pattern of what I'm seeing now, I doubt if she really dated him because of the pattern that I'm looking at today. So she said she dated this guy and got pregnant by him, and now their son is like 3 years old. But she said to me she tried to stay in the relationship and make it work. You cannot make a relationship work if they don't want it to work. I always tell young ladies or women or whoever, don't try to push anything on someone. If someone is not interested in you, they're not interested in you, they don't love you, they don't want to have anything to do with you but sex, that's the only time that they conversate with you. And most of them that's into sex, they not going to see you in the daytime. They gonna see you most of the time at night, late at night, when it's time to go to bed, cause they ready to go to bed. I'm just being transparent today. So they are ready to go to bed. They don't want a relationship with you. They not interested in you, and you're too easy for them. You make it so easy for them, and they know this. They know this, and I'm like, come on, make it hard for a person. Now, these days that I'm noticing that the guys are making it more harder for the women they not pursuing the women are pursuing them. They chasing the mans, and that's all backwards. Where are your worth? I see women on proposing when I go on these sites, social media sites. I see them getting down on their knees and proposing to a guy. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I know you may say, oh, that was back in the day. Oh, that's old fashioned. It may be back in the days in old fashioned, but the Bible don't lie. The Bible say he who finds it a wife finds it a good thing. So that means the man's supposed to be chasing. The woman, the female, don't supposed to be chasing the man. He say he who finds it a wife. He finds it a good thing and obtain favor with the Lord. Now, I'm not saying this, but the word of God that says this. So if you're going to get upset at God. Don't get upset at me, because I didn't write the book. But it's in the book. It's in the scriptures. So it just bothers me when I see these things that these young women in today's society just chasing and acting like they are the males, And I'm like, what is wrong here? Where's your worth? Apparently you have not been taught or raised right. I'm just being transparent. Apparently you must have low self-esteem, or you just don't know. It has to be something like that. You just don't know what to do. All you want is a man. You don't care how you get that man, and you don't care if he's married. You don't care nothing about that man. Long as you have a man, just to say you have a man, and you don't even know anything about that man. You don't know where he come from. You don't know his family. You don't know his date of birth. You don't know his social security number. You don't know his history, whether he's been in jail or prison, or have he murdered somebody. You don't know nothing. All you know, you just have a man. And all you want is sex. That's what I'm seeing. Most of the time, that's what I am seeing. Friends with benefits, they used to say. I don't know what they saying these days. And I guess that's why I am so choosy and picky, because when a man come approach me, baby, they better be ready. They better have a pen and paper out, and they better be ready to answer some questions. And not only answer some questions, collecting the data, collecting what's up here. I don't know if you stable or unstable. What's up here? What's coming out of your mouth? And if it's coming out of your mouth, I want to see fruits behind it. I want to see some action behind it. And that don't mean 2 or 3 weeks. That means continuously. I want to see ongoing, indefinitely, ongoing. Because you can change in the blink of an eye. You can say what they want to hear. And then once you get that person, you will change. It's not that easy for me. So I'm looking at this young lady, and the way she dressed, for one thing, the way she carried herself, she just threw herself on this man. And then she's in these, we used to call them back in the days, Daisy Dukes, but I don't know what they call them these days. I'm just being honest. But I never did back in the days. I never did wear the Daisy Dukes, because I looked back then, the Daisy Dukes was too short for me. And I can remember in my head what my mother used to tell me. about how women would dress. The way you dress is the way they're going to treat you. If you dress like a whore, you're going to be treated like a whore. Point blank, period. If you dress with respect, you're going to be respected. Point blank, period. So I remember how things used to be back then. They was wearing Daisy Dukes back then, but it wasn't for me. I was like, no, I don't want that. Because I didn't want a man to call me out of my name. And I didn't want to represent myself like that. And I didn't want to give him an idea or anything like that. Because I know that was not me. That was not my character. For one thing. And then I didn't want to get into an argument and they throw up in your face, well, you was dressed a certain way, you carried yourself a certain way. So ladies, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. You got to be careful how you treat your own self, because they are watching. The guys are watching how you carry yourself, how you treat yourself. Now, if you treat yourself trashy or any kind of way and accept anything, oh, I'm down with it. Oh, I'm all for it. And you don't have no ideas. You don't have nothing to bring to the table or anything. Well, you can say, well, no, I'm not down with that. No, this is how I like it. This is what I want to do. I want to get to know you, but I don't want to sleep with you. I would love to meet your family, but not right now, because I'm trying to get to know you. And once I get to know you, without sleeping with you, I want to get to know what's up here. Where are you going in life? What you want in life? It's just answering the right question and asking the right questions, and then it don't hurt to do a background check. They don't have to know. But you so in love, and it's really not love. But you think you so in love with this person that it doesn't matter. Oh, I accept him as he is. Oh, well, that's good and fine and dandy. But you don't know this person. You don't know if he's an axe murderer, or you don't know if he's a child molester. And speaking of child molestation, I see women leaving they young girls, they daughters with these guys that they don't even know. They moving them into their house, or they just leaving them. These days, you can't leave boys or girls, okay? This world is so perverted that you cannot leave the boys or the girls, because some of them, they don't care who it is. They don't care if it's a male or female, long as they get what they are set out to get. So I talked to the young lady today. I'm always out talking, and I noticed that was the second time, or maybe the third time, that I seen her in these short, so short that they showing the cheeks and all that. And she was over to the guy's house, and I'm like, what's going on? She said, oh, life is good. Life is a lot better than it was 5 years ago. Life is just good. It's grand. I say, oh, y'all a couple now. She say, no, we're trying to get there. We're still trying to talk. But she's staying with him. They playing house. He'll stay a couple of days over her house, then she'll come back over his house. Getting to know him. And then she has this child, And he's watching that, you know. And I'm like, what? So what happened to the data? What happened to getting to know a person? What happened of asking questions? So y'all not a couple. Y'all really have made it official, but you still trying to talk, as you say, and work it out. Now you tell me what's wrong with that picture. Because when I used to date, and I say, oh, we just talking, the guy will say, yeah, we just talking, we just friends. That didn't mean that we was bad friends. We was actually trying to see if we're a good match, mate for each other. So we would talk and see the likes and dislikes and other different things. But it wasn't no bad involved. So when she said that, I said, oh, okay. And I said, well, have y'all set a date about when y'all gonna make it official? She said, we really don't know. We just talking. We don't know if it's gonna be official or not. But you done gave up, you know what? You done gave yourself to him. But now you're not sure if it's going to be official or not. So I just left it alone. I'm like, you know, some people, you can talk to them, you can minister to them, but at the end of the day, they still going to do what they want to do. It's their life. You done put it out there. You done, you know, did all that you can do. So leave it alone. Let go and let God have his way in that situation. So when she told me that, I said, okay. I said, well, I hope everything works out for you. And I said, and I hope God would just intervene in that situation. Intervene in that situation, because she said everything is grand. She was tired of getting hurt and how the guy had used her for so many years, and she was trying to work it out. She was she was doing all of the things. So I'm off that subject. So now I'm getting down to the justice system. Boys, I'm going to say young men, adolescents, keep your hands off of these girls. Daddies, they need a daddy. They need a father. They need some kind of father figure, a big brother, somebody that can mentor them when they have dads in the homes or no dads in the homes. But these boys need to be taught, because when they reach a certain age, they begin to experience things and want to know why this is happening to them and why they feeling a certain way. And then all of this stuff on television that they looking at. Because there's no structure in the home. There's no dad in the home that can teach them. With some, when you get a certain age, this is what's going to happen. This is why you experiencing that. That's why you feeling this way. And they become curious of why things are going on and changing in their bodies, just like girls. When they reach a certain age and they see all of this on social media, they see all of this on YouTube, what's going on, dating and having sex and body changing, and they doing the same thing that's going on social media. I mean, it's a wild freaky, crazy stuff that goes on television, social media, all these platforms that doesn't do anything about the trash that is out here. You know, I was looking at a movie this past weekend, and I said, oh, okay, this sounds like an interesting movie. Every movie that I put on, it had to do with sex. All kind of sex. Y'all get what I mean? It was so perverted, I had to switch and turn it off. I say, wow, they are letting these things go on. And back in the days, I know I'm not back in the days. I know where I am. 2025. But they used to filter some things out. But now they showing the raw deal, inside and out. You get what I mean? Whew. So I said, let me get off of this, because that right there, old things have passed away, and behold, all things become new. Now when I was back in the days, those movies, when I was out there, those movies didn't bother me. They didn't bother me at all, because I love sex, and I still love sex, but I don't have a husband, so I got to keep myself. I got to keep myself away from things like that I saw over the weekend. I got to keep myself. And I asked, Lord, I know you can keep me, because I want to be kept for my husband. And I want to stay saved, sanctified, and filled with the precious Holy Ghost. Come on, somebody. So now this right here is real wrong. So guys, mentors, we need some strong men out here that can lead the way of teaching these young men. And for those who are already doing it, I applaud you. I applaud you. Thank you for doing it. Thank you for taking out your time to spend with young men, because their bodies is changing and they are curious about a lot of things. Okay? I didn't have a girl. I had a boy. So I tried to explain the best I could, being a single mother, being a single parent, because his dad wasn't in his life. But I tried my best, and thank God I had brothers. But guys, take time out for your boys and teach them to keep their hands to themselves. Keep their hands to themselves, because if they don't keep their hands to themselves and they begin to experiment on these girls, and some girls like it, they won't say nothing. But when they get caught, come on, somebody, they gonna protect themselves. They gonna say, oh, he made me do it. Oh, he forced himself on me. And sometimes it may be true, but most of the time it's a lie, because they wanted it too. They wanted it. They didn't try to stop it. Why did they put themselves in that position? Because they haven't been taught either. They've been looking at social media and all these other platforms that deal with sex and everything. So they want it too. Because if they didn't, they would not have themselves in that position to get caught, position period, at the age that they are. So when they get caught, they're going to blame it on the guy. That's why a lot of guys go to prison, a lot of boys go to prison because of lies. And they spend many, many years behind bars, then have a record when they come out of rape. No, they didn't rape that girl when she was 12, but the girl said she was raped. No, they didn't rape that girl when she was 15. They didn't rape that girl when she was 10 or 11. They gave it up, but they got caught. So, guys, daddies, please teach your sons. And if you don't know, go to a class. It's a lot of mentorships out there, places that can help you and your sons to be a better dad. Have that relationship with them. Build that rapport with them while they're young. Don't wait till they get 12 and 13 and you decide to chastise them because they got caught or because they messed up. And now they got a record of rape, molestation, and they have this record. And you bawling them out, you chewing them out. For what? You wasn't there. And if you was there, you recognize the signs. You know you have experienced the same thing that they are. Their body changed. They was curious. You was curious too. Your body changed too. You want to know how it was. So why you bawling him out? Because he got caught and you didn't? So my thing is, teach your boys. Teach your boys to not to put their hands on something that don't belongs to them. Okay? Because there's going to be a price to pay. There's going to be a price to pay. And it's vice versa. You know, the girls are not left out. This can go either way. Girls, y'all not exempt. No, ma'am. So teach them. Teach them. Teach them. But here's the problem. I'm going to tell you the problem. There's broken homes. The dad is not in the homes, and the mother is doing the best that they can raising these kids that y'all have left them with. And the mothers back then and now didn't know when to stop having kids. Some didn't believe in birth control. Some just did it because they thought they were going to be with the dad forever. Or they just thought that's how to keep a man. But that's a whole different subject because the mothers did not teach them. And I'm going to sit there right there for another time. So, now we have these young guys already have a record. Lord. And some of them not even 15. But they have a record. And not even 15. Why is that? Broken homes. No dad in the home. No home training. And the list can go on and on and on and on. We got to stop this. We got to put a stop and draw the sand in the line and say, not in my household, not in this generation. I'm gonna break this curse today. Enough is enough. Teach your sons. Teach your daughters. Teach your sons and your daughter. Teach your daughter how to respect herself and demand that a man or a young boy respect them. And if they don't respect them, tell them to keep a stepping. I'm like my papa, Jay Moore. My papa used to say, get the stepping. And I mean, they would get to stepping. So that's what you got to do. Tell them to get the stepping. You don't have to settle for less. And that goes for both male and female. It's no in between. We must teach these children. And I'm so glad I'm an educator. I'm so glad that I'm in that field, because when I see things out of order and not in place, our antenna of mine go up and go off. But I know how to pull them aside and teach them. And if I cannot teach them, sometimes pulling up a good video that the problems and the situation that's going on in their life, and you don't know really what to say, pull up a YouTube video. YouTube got everything on it. Pull it up and let it speak for itself of what you're trying to say. I have did that, especially when kids come to school with body odors and you really don't want to offend them. Turn on a video. Let's talk about it after they watch the video. Okay, well, let's talk about that. What do you think about that? What did you learn out of it? What did you get out of this? Okay, all right. Well, we're going to practice this. We're going to practice good hygiene. Because we don't want to be sick. We don't want no diseases. We don't want no bacteria. You just begin to name whatever the situation is at that time. Break it down to them. And if you cannot break it down to them, get somebody who's not afraid and bold enough, because most kids, they will open up to a stranger, or open up to a teacher, or open up to someone that they feel that they can go to and talk to. Sometimes they can't talk to the parents. Sometimes they can't talk to the dad. Sometimes they can't talk to the cousins. So they'll go out and get a totally different stranger to talk to. And I'm not saying that teachers are strangers, but we're not close related. And they can feel comfortable because you're their teacher, you're their mentor, you're their pastor, you're something in their life that they can feel. You may be a friend that they feel like, I can talk to her, I can talk to him, I'm comfortable of sharing with this person. Don't wait till something happens and then try to fix it. You can't fix what's already broken. You cannot fix what's already broken. When you see these signs, these warning signs, fix it before it gets broken. Fix it right then. Fix it right then. So I release this off of my chest once again, and I hope this helps, not helps. I hope this helps someone who may be dealing with difficult situations and say, you know what, I got to fix this before it's broken, before it get out of control. I must fix it. So, I'm glad we took this time to talk. And I hope this helps someone. I really do. Because who want to live with something on their back? Something is lingering in their spirit that they cannot open up and discuss and talk about it. That's a bad, terrible way to live. I'm telling you. So go to your children and talk to them. You know, don't say you don't have time or we'll talk later. Talk to them. You see the warning signs. You see how they're acting out. And the reason why they acting out, because they crying out for help. They don't know who to run to. They don't know who to talk to. Most of them don't. And the information that they get out in the street, 99% of the time it's wrong. Because that person that they run into in the street, all they know is street life. All they know is they done heard somebody told them, well, I heard so-and-so. Or somebody told me to do it this way, to do it that way. And 99% of the time, it's the wrong information. So don't ignore the warning signs. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. Don't put yourself through it. Don't put your kids through it. Don't put your children through it. Don't. Y'all see this? You got queens running around. Royalty. And you got kings running around. But soon as they grow up and went through all the hell and experienced all this, and one day they'll make up in their mind and say, you know what, I'm not going to live like this anymore. I'm going to change. I'm 15 now. I'm 16. I'm 18. I'm not going to do all that gangster and street stuff, and I'm going to sit down and learn something. I'm going to get something up here in this head. I have seen kids do that. They didn't have nobody. They just came and told me. I got tired of living like that. I got tired of that gangster, that drug life. I got tired of being homeless. I had to drop out for a little bit and get me a job and clean up myself and want to have something. I done heard every story. And there are some good, successful stories out there of how some teenagers struggle to do better. Then there are some that, didn't make it. Gangsters. That's all they knew was the gangster life. That's all they knew. Well, my daddy did it, so I'm going to do it. My daddy wasn't there for me. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Get help now. Because your daddy wasn't there doesn't mean it's a failure, that you can't amount to anything. Because your mama wasn't there, it doesn't matter. Baby, I know the pain is real. I know it hurt. But quit and stop living the pain. Get up and do something about your own life. You 15 years old, you 16 years old, you 18, or whatever. You know right from wrong. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. It's a lot of children out here, teenagers, that didn't have no parents. But they was determined to make it. And they was not defeated. Determined but not defeated. Woo! Determined but not defeated. I can go on and on and on. I don't care what struggles you have in life. Don't give up. Be determined to keep pushing, to keep going on. Don't be defeated, because when you give up, giving up is so easy to do. It's so easy to do when you want to give up. All you got to do is stop doing what you're doing. Just give up. But when you desperate of doing something, of beating the odds, when they say you can't do nothing, beat the odds and say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Beat the odds. Don't give up. The struggle is real. But you know what? Ain't nothing never is easy. Ain't nothing never sit in my lap was handed down to me. I had to struggle and fight and not give up for everything that I have accomplished. And I kept believing. I kept believing. I kept saying it. One day, one day, one day, I will do this. One day, this is going to happen. Because it was already in me. But I knew that I had to roll up my sleeve and get ready for this fight. Because ain't nothing ever dropped in my lap. Nothing never came easy for me. So don't give up. Giving up and failure was never an option for me. And I'm still like that today. I don't know who I'm speaking to, but don't give up. Fight. Fight in the spirit. Fight in prayer. Fight it on your knees. Fight writing your dreams and visions. Fight till it come to pass. Keep speaking it. Keep saying it. Keep moving. Keep doing everything that you can do. So get back in school. If you're out of school, get back in school. It's okay to start over. It's okay. Forget what your friends say. You trying to make something out of your life. So what if you done missed 2 or 3 years of school? Pick up where you left out. It's too many resources out here today. It's too many. If you need it, get it while you can. All right. This is Queen V. This is Vicky, and I hope y'all have a blessed night and y'all be blessed. And if you like this video, comment below and share it out to everyone you know. I didn't mean to rhyme, but it was right on time. All right, be blessed. Bye-bye.